We're happy you could join us today for this conversation and mindfulness session for entrepreneurs on answering the question, or asking it really, do you have a personal brand or just a logo? Or maybe none. That success doesn't happen overnight, and it takes years of hard work, dedication, mastery in your field to build a reputation in business. And especially now that everything is digital, personal brand matters more than ever. Grateful that you could be here with us today in this mindfulness session. So after a little bit of talking about it, that difference, I'm going to go into some affirmations. You have Shanae Murray and Shankar Ponsley up here, brand building expert and founder of Growth Academy, Shanae, that are here. They love personal brand. How do you want to represent your values, your expertise, your legacy? How do you want to be remembered? Let's explore this together. So first, I think it's important we acknowledge the road that brought you here. If you're an experienced founder, you have already achieved so much. The years of effort, the teams you've led, the risk you've taken. So if you have taken risk, you should feel immensely proud. I know at times the journey has been challenging, but you've persevered, and that says so much about you, and not just as entrepreneurs, but as leaders. And it's this resolve and expertise that is at the core of your personal brand. That's why people are coming to you after all. Of course, business has changed dramatically over the years. The things that worked before, they're not really working so well. If you think about it, how many of you remember ever having to buy attention online like you do now, especially if you're doing direct marketing? How many of you know now you have to buy attention online? Yes. Should be everyone. How do you do it? Through ads, through digital marketing that you see, and it gets expensive. And so it's kind of a risk sometimes. And sometimes you pour in money, you can crank up that dial, and other times not. And even if you do get a sale, or someone buys something, or you get their attention, there's no guarantee that that you'll be remembered, or your brand, and that's what that is. So my point is that in the digital age, personal brands carry more weight than ever before. It's not just about having an impressive resume or company name. To truly connect with an audience, if you're interested in being authentic anyway, you need to share your story also authentically. And so that brings me to the essence of today's discussion on the difference between a logo and a genuine personal brand. So how many of you, maybe I'm making an assumption, is there a difference between a personal brand and a logo? Show of thumbs if you think, yes, there's a difference. Show of hearts, yes, I know there's a difference. There's absolutely a difference. Yes, lots of hearts. A logo is a symbol. It's an identifier for a business. It is an important piece of the puzzle, but it's just one facet of your brand, not your brain, your brand. A personal brand, on the other hand, It's so much more than that. It's the values you represent, the change you create. And I emphasize change because if you're not changing anything, then I quite frankly don't know why you went into business, because business owners seek to solve a problem. They know they have a solution that works. Show of thumbs if you agree with that. So you create change, and the reputation you earn over decades of commitment is who you are as a leader. And a strong personal brand creates an emotional connection with your audience, sets expectations, and it builds trust. If you're not doing that, you don't have a personal brand. It should represent your legacy and how you want to be remembered after you're gone. Logos can't convey that depth and nuance that a personal brand can. Although it plays a role, they don't share the story of your life's work. A logo is not a brand story. And so this distinction is really important today because we're flooded with more information and more stimuli, and everyone's fighting for attention online. And that's why personal branding has absolutely become essential, because without it, even the most brilliant entrepreneurs risk fading into the background, becoming just another name in the industry. If you're authentic, if you have a personal brand, you build lasting bonds with your community. Show of hearts if you think that's what you want, to build a lasting bond with your community. I hope that's everyone. Yes, I want that. Look at Brene Brown or Simon Sinek or, you name it, number of folks. Over years of sharing their personal journeys. That includes their failures and their successes. If you look at my last post, I talk about it. I talk about some of the failures, but they've created brands that truly resonate. And it's not about logos or taglines. It's about connecting deeply through shared experiences. And I know sometimes self-promotion can feel uncomfortable, but as founders, you got into business to build, not become famous, although that can be a byproduct. But personal branding today is not about ego. I'll say it again. Personal branding today is not about ego. Show of thumbs or hearts if you agree with that. It's about sharing your wisdom to create that positive change, to leave a legacy that's greater than yourself when you're gone. And so to help crystallize this, I want to take a few minutes to do a mindful meditation, a mindful visualization exercise. I invite you to close your eyes and just imagine how you want to be perceived in your field. Just take a moment. How do you want audiences to feel when they hear your name? What values and expertise do you want to be recognized for? When people think of your personal brand decades from now, what impressions do you hope to leave? Really envision yourself as an expert that people trust and admire. Reflect on the impact you want your life's work to have on future generations. Your personal brand is your legacy. So take a few moments to experience the emotions of leaving behind this legacy. I invite you to repeat these affirmations silently or aloud, and really, really challenge yourself to believe it and think about what action items, what steps do you need to take for this to become a reality. And before you do, just take a deep breath in and a breath out, letting go of any tension that you might be holding on to, relaxing your shoulders, your jaw, letting go of the weight on your head or your neck. Observing your breath, the rise and fall of your belly. And repeat after me. I am more than a logo. I am a legacy. My experience shines beyond symbols. It's felt in my impact. I am a beacon in my industry. I am recognized for my authenticity and mastery. My life's work has impact. At this point, I'm going to open up the stage to those who would like to come to the stage and share or ask a question. If you're up here and you would like to weigh in, please do. Shankar or Shanae, I'm gonna go ahead and let you begin.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Andrea, when I read your title this morning, it immediately reminded me of the many people that come and seek advice from me, especially sometimes when they are either starting out in business or they're trying to really take it to the next level. And the reason it is a perfect analogy is because most new business owners, what they are most concerned with at the beginning is the business name and the business logo. They put an extreme amount of effort into thinking about all the intricacies of the logo, what the color should be, what the name should be, what the logo looks like on business cards, on websites, on social media sites. And don't get me wrong, all of that is true, but in my opinion, it would be much more beneficial to them if they thought a little bit more about what actually their personal brand that represents their business is. Because as you pointed out correctly, the brand is the legacy, the brand is the feeling that you imprint on others. The brand is what you stand for. The brand is what people say about you or your business when they leave the room. And all of that is way, way, way more important than your logo, because you can make a lot of money. You can have a six-figure business without having a logo, but you cannot have a six-figure business without having a brand. There's a lot of money and success that can be made by having connections and communication, but just having the perfect logo won't do nothing for you. And that is why I think so. I hope this gives a few people some food for thought. So thank you, Andrea, for your service as always. And I hand the mic back over to you.
Thank you, Shankar. If you are going to take him up on that offer, can I see a heart in the audience? I want to know who you are. Definitely want to. Awesome. Okay. Well, that's great. Way to step out of your comfort zone. All right. And we have Simone. Welcome to the stage.
Thank you very much, Andrea, and to all of you on the platform. Thank you for this time and your consistency with this, because I really, really love this in the mornings. It really helps to set off the day. And today really resonated. And funnily enough, I didn't see the topic. I just saw the time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't miss this today. And I jumped on and I came in when you were speaking. And it's timely because, well, I'm a part-time entrepreneur. So I have a 9 to 5, but I'm still building my business. And just yesterday, one of the managers in my department, we have been doing introduction videos to share with the organization of who we are, what's important to us. And I was sharing with her how impactful her video was to me because it was so authentic. And she said 3 words that hit me in the gut, because she said, I build relationships. And it was almost like a tagline that she wasn't even aware that the impact and what she said. But I said to her, I wish that I could distill in 3 words what's important to me. And that kind of stuck with me all day, coming into this session today and going through the meditation and the visualization. And I'm thinking about this, what do I want my company to represent out there in the world? And I've struggled with it because we all get caught up, I think, in ego and competition. And this is what this person is doing. I need to do that because they're successful. I want to be successful. But at the end of the day, you want to be, for me, I want to be myself. And I want people to experience a certain thing when they interact with my company. And for me, at the end of the day, I want people to experience change. I don't want people to pay for something and not get value, or to read something, even if it's free content, and not to feel that they received something valuable and that it's something that can change their lives. And so the 3 words that came to me this morning during the affirmations was, I ignite change. So thank you so much for this time and for challenging me to think this through and to be still and to see what comes up.
Well, that is everything I wanted to hear, Simone. You definitely, that says so much about you. When you are mindful, you're paying attention, your brain is going to back up whatever it is that you have set your mind to. And so clearly you're on the right track. I can't wait to see your videos. I cannot wait. And you're right. Video is important for personal branding, and that there's a reason why we connect with audiences in a more personal way, because it's memorable. We get to see people's personality, their values through their video, just by seeing how they engage and how they interact. And quite frankly, we're more likely to stick around and come back and pay attention. So that said, you are doing the right thing, definitely plugging yourself in. I love the way actually you're thinking about impact and how you want to be remembered in these 3 words. I know that Shankar has probably got a response, so I will allow him to unmic and say something, but very grateful for you stepping out of your comfort zone. Can't wait to see those videos. And yeah, thank you so much. I hope you continue to come back and get so much out of these mindfulness sessions, and that's why we're here.
Yeah, my response is that, I'm glad that you, before you even become a full-time entrepreneur, you understand this, and I'm glad you felt the inspiration from hearing those 3 words from that other person. And I think that by exposing yourself to these rooms and to this information, you can really find a grounding in the 3 words that came up for you, because now you can let all of that flow through your message, through your business ethos. And yeah, I don't know, Andrea mentioned you will find time to partake in our challenge next week. And I think that the exercises we have for you next week will allow you to express the 3 words in really creative and meaningful ways for you and your audience.
Just imagine yourself now walking through a quiet, lush forest, and with each step you take, you feel more relaxed and uplifted. Up ahead is a tall, sturdy oak tree. It's majestic, and it represents the personal brand you're growing. It's got extensive roots, and that system of these intricate roots symbolize where you've come from, the many experiences that nourish who you are. Solid trunk embodying your resilience and integrity. The branches reach high into the sky, like how you aspire to lift others. Leaves rustle in the breeze, sending seeds near and far, just as your influence ripples into the world. The oak tree, towering with wisdom and longevity, is the personal brand you are cultivating, and its shade provides shelter for generations to come. Picture this oak tree whenever you need a little bit more motivation or clarity. And just remember that being true to yourself is your greatest legacy. So with that, I'm going to now allow us to go into our singing bowl. And I am so grateful that you're here. Take care.